And we're live. What is up? Another weekend here on the Retro Review. Let me adjust my camera so it doesn't look I'm sitting halfway across the office.
I'm glad to be here.
How's it going, everyone?
I missed two of the last three because of work stuff.
Yeah, everybody's got a little something going on. Luckily,
you keep spreading lies in the chat. You might not be invited back. How about that, Tim?
Yeah, it feels good. Another week in the bag. Another retro review. Another time for me to talk comics because I don't get to talk comics during the week. Even during the Instagram chat, it's all you guys. It's always about comics and stuff. But if I try to talk comics with my wife, she'd be like, "Just why are you talking to me? Like, get out of here."
It doesn't work.
It's so weird because she comments on all my videos, so you think
she never never comments. My wife has never commented on any of my videos. You guys get like 3 or 4. Although I remember in the one time I was watching, I think it was Tim live. I was watching you, and I think my wife was on break. She was also watching Tim, so we were squabbling in the chat. I was like,
it was so funny. She's like, "Yeah, shouldn't you be cooking dinner or something like that?" It's like, that's awesome.
Let me just take a second here to shout out the chat. We got Magic Lasso, as always, Copy 801. The main man himself, Justin Giovanni.
Look at that. None of us can get over the fact that he actually changed his name for you, Tony.
Hey, man, this guy, true friend right here, Justin Giovanni. I don't care what anybody like Tim or Dave has said about you while the camera wasn't rolling.
I quit calling him Giovanni because I was afraid we'd offend him. He changed it.
Look at this, Dan Piercy in the house.
Hey, Dan.
Dan made some great chili, I'm sure. His Instagram photo looked great.
Graphic of his always creeps me out.
It's very Perry-ish. If you didn't know about how Perry does his little lurking eyes, you would assume.
Yeah,
that would make sense. Super Russ 9000.
Hey, Russ.
And that looks like it is it for now. It's a little bit early, but appreciate all of you for
finally discovered my true form. I love that. Super Saiyan Giovanni.
One of the legal counsel for tonight's show is missing.
Yes, Flashpoint got called into work at the last minute, so he's unable to join us.
I tell you, it's the winter, man. Like, my job could be easy during the summer, but it just feels like winter hits, and it seems like for everyone, like, work just gets crazy.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Yeah. I've been complaining. I've had it easy compared to you.
You know what, though? Today, I didn't really have anything to do. I woke up today, and I just started reading comic books. I read like 5 comic books today. I've organized a bunch of comics. I did stuff for the mystery boxes. This is my second show talking comics today. It's been great.
Man, sometimes you get those days, and they're great.
Oh, yeah. It's been all comics all day.
That's what I was saying to my wife earlier. It's like, work's been crazy when you have 2 live shows on the same day to make up for like last time.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, yeah. That's
and what? I won the Dollar Bin Trolls.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey.
That's a big.
How many times have you won now? Is this number 2?
This the first time. Thanks.
It's on your channel and you can never win.
Right.
Yeah.
I never win the Mystery Man. I don't win any of our stuff. So
he's become the 3rd person to win Dollar Bin Trolls, and there's only 4 of us. Poor Stevie.
Oh man,
that's what he gets for keep turning us down on Fanboy.
I agree. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Stevie has supposed to. Stevie is supposed to join us on Fanboys. He keeps bailing, so I don't know. We're gonna need a riot in the chat.
Someone brought up a good point that he's afraid to come on the show because all our characters have sleeves.
Yeah, could be.
That makes sense. Let's go ahead and deep dive into the news here. Who's got what?
Well, I guess
it has been.
I guess the big news this week would be the release date of the Snyder Cut.
Yes.
I was excited. Yeah, I was excited about Snyder Cut until I heard 4 hours, and I'm like, probably not going to watch it. So.
I'm totally going to watch it. I'm going to watch it with my wife. We're probably going to watch it a couple times because once it is out there after a while, I really do want to talk about it. because I hope and pray that it catches on and DC notices that like this is the direction we really want to take our movies, and they continue forward down that path, because we're getting, confirmed now a live action Martian Manhunter is showing up in the Justice League, and he's not getting a small part. He's part of the main story. He plays an intricate, very important part of the story, apparently.
In the Snyder Cut?
In the Snyder Cut.
No offense to Cyborg. I love Cyborg. I'm a huge Titans fan. The first Justice League movie should have been Martian Manhunter instead of him. And
Cyborg never should have been in the Justice League period.
I mean, I get at the time it's sort of smart because he was in the Justice League comics at the time, but nobody buys comics because of movies. We should have had Martian Manhunter, and we should have had Hal Jordan Green Lantern in the movie.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
And Shazam.
I'm good with Hal Jordan.
I mean, it'd be cool to have Shazam. I'm just thinking about history of the league. Like Martian Manhunter, for the most part, until New 52, had been in every iteration of the Justice League. He's like the heart of the Justice League.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Cyborg was new and just it never really worked. I mean, even in the comics, people didn't really dig it that much. He was fine in Teen Titans.
They seem to have transitioned him back to the Titans now. Like if you read Death Metal and everything, he was sort of,
which I don't,
with the Titans.
One thing that I think they should have done, especially with speaking of Cyborg and the character, that I don't understand why they didn't do, especially on Titans TV show. Why isn't Cyborg in the Titans? Why is he on Doom Patrol?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I know. Isn't that weird?
It bothers me. I mean,
although
I don't really
in
care.
The original Titans, Teen Titans, the new Teen Titans, they had the crossovers with Doom Patrol, so there is some there's some connection there.
Sure, but I think he fits more in the Titans than Doom Patrol. Not to say they can't flip back and forth, which I think would be cool.
I agree.
Because if you remember in Titans season 1, they had the Doom Patrol in it for episode and a half or something like that. So it was.
Do you think that maybe it was a little bit about like name recognition? Like they needed somebody bigger over there because people had never heard of Doom Patrol?
It's very possible, and that makes a lot of sense. But I would.
You see Doom Patrol, just watching YouTube, watching different people. I've never heard anyone say I love Titans, but I hear a ton of people love Doom Patrol.
What's up, Superior Hero Reviews? What's going on, man? This guy's got a cool channel too. If you haven't subbed him up, go ahead and sub each other up. Oh yeah, sub these two guys up too that we're chatting with as well. Dave needs the subs.
Yeah,
I do.
Someone was asking if they're releasing it in parts. I did see that right here. Yes,
I thought that was knocked down because there was a rumor it was going to be 4 episodes, and they said no, it's just a 4-hour movie.
I thought it was. I know it's still going to be a movie, but I thought it was going to be like 4 parts of one movie, if that makes any sense.
Maybe I could be wrong, but because like when I mentioned I heard it was 4 hours, I'm pretty sure that's what I saw when DC was like, no, it's just a 4-hour movie and it comes out the 18th. But
we'll find out.
I could be wrong on that, so
I'm gonna watch it like 5 times because I really want to get excited about it. I really want it to do well. And I want, especially like, Henry Cavill Superman, I want that to continue forward. Gal Gadot keep going forward as Wonder Woman. I want to see those characters cross over with, some of my cool favorite characters. Green Lantern, I can't wait for that movie to come out. Or Green Lantern Corps or whatever.
Is it still coming out?
Like,
they haven't talked about him forever.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be this year?
Yeah,
this year,
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't. As far as I'm concerned, it's like.
Well, if you remember a couple of shows back when we were talking about the HBO Max Green Lantern movie, the people who were doing that movie, like the producers and whatever, they said they couldn't get Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan because of the Green Lantern movie, which is why they're not in the TV show, because they, whoever made that decision said, no, they're staying in the movie. So that maybe that's positive. I don't know.
I sort of don't trust any news that I'm not seeing pictures from it actually being filmed. Because like we were talking about Green Lantern back when the show started in 2019, but like we just heard about Suicide Squad and boom, it's being made,
Yeah.
Another movie I'm really excited about, The Suicide Squad. A lot of those characters are really, as much as I hate Harley Quinn, but I think Margot Robbie does a really accurate portrayal of what I think Harley Quinn is, minus Birds of Prey. But that's probably not her fault.
Yeah.
It's just a movie that didn't need to exist. But
Yeah, I think a Guy Gardner movie would be great. I think that could be funny.
It's funny you mentioned Guy Gardner, and once you see my book, you'll understand why. So all you Guy Gardner fans, pay attention.
Hey, I am. I love him.
I liked him in the 90s. I liked him. I thought that when they turned him down, he was good too. Just a good character.
Yeah, it's a good character. I liked him in the Green Lantern animated series. I thought that was pretty funny.
I still need to watch that.
Him and Hal Jordan had a moment. This is when they were on Earth, and Guy Gardner was talking about how he's the new Green Lantern because of whatever Hal Jordan did, and then they both got replaced, and they were saying that the new Green Lantern is Jon Stewart, and Guy Gardner's like the comedian, like the fake news guy. How did that happen?
So
freak
you
out.
guys want to dive right into the amateur hour books?
I do have one bit of news. We already talked about it, but no more Brian Michael Bendis at DC. So
yeah,
all of you who weren't huge fans, celebrates, enjoy. So I didn't have an issue with him. I thought he was okay. But
I think he's writing, isn't he? I think he's just doing Justice League, but his, what do you call it? Exclusivity's over.
Yeah, his
So
exclusive.
he's going to be writing somewhere else.
Go back to Marvel. It sounds like.
Yeah. Well, you know why? He ain't going to work for pennies.
DC is not paying like anything, and Ethan Van Sciver put it the nail right on the head. He said, back in the day, you could be a comic book artist or writer, and have a comfortable, sustainable income. But he said now they have enough money to like pay them like interns. That's probably about it.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can turn the ship around. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But we can deep dive right into amateur hour. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I don't even have the book out. I saw Dave got it. Tony, did you get Legion number 12?
Legion of Superheroes? I think so.
Yeah, that is the big sort of non-future state related news.
Yeah,
they
did.
revealed that a Gold Lantern isn't actually his ring isn't a Green Lantern ring, and the Guardians we saw aren't the Guardians.
Oh,
yeah. Like at the end of that issue, Brainiac reveals it to him.
So who are they?
I don't know. I'm hoping. I mean, considering Bendis is leaving and that's his idea, I don't think we'll ever find out. But I wish they do that arc.
Three Jokers type of thing. We'll have to wait 5 years for an answer.
Yeah,
and I've got all that great spec on it too. Given that I've got those recalled covers, and he's had that surprise cameo.
Yeah.
If
you flip like almost all the way to the end, you can see it. He just sort of like, I don't know, he uses some device to cover up the ring so it can't eavesdrop, and tells him.
I didn't realize that this book had anything special in it. I think now that you were talking about it, I do remember you saying something about it. But
Tim told us. That's why I rushed out and got it.
Yeah. If you're a Green Lantern fan, it's a cool little thing to have in case they do elaborate in the future of what's going on.
Interesting.
But I just thought it was weird. Like, why would the rings turn gold? Like, because they said the Guardians embrace the Spectrum. Well, we already know from Rainer when you embrace the Spectrum, it turns white. So that sort of put me off at first.
Shouldn't you be working Flashpoint? He got called into work so he could sit around on his phone.
But diving into Future State, did you read Suicide Squad, Tony?
I have not. It's on my to-do list.
One thing I enjoyed is the backup feature. It's called Black Adam, but it's actually a Justice League 1 million story.
Justice League 1 million.
Yeah.
Why is it called Black Adam then? Like, so it's a mistake?
Black Adam shows up. I mean, he's in the story, but it's like later on. like without giving spoilers about it, but it's like the Justice League 1 million. If you,
You can
guys
give
remember
spoilers.
them.
Nobody's going to be reading these books.
Yeah.
Well,
No
they-
spoiler alert needed.
So basically, like these 7 people show up that are like, you know, greed, envy, wrath. They immediately kill the original Superman, who, if you remember your Justice League 1 million stuff, he like lives in the sun and has a Green Lantern ring, and they like immediately kill him.
Oh
And
yeah.
then
Okay.
they eventually fight the Justice League, and they're winning, and that's when they get Black Adam out, and Black Adam turns the tide of battle.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool little story. The one thing about Future State, there's a handful of little things like that you're like, oh, that's all right. That's pretty cool. Like, it's cool to see Justice League 1 million.
Yeah. I heard there's, for the most part, the better part of the stories are the side stories.
Yeah. Well, me and Dave were talking about this, and you could tell, like, for anyone that don't know, this was supposed to be 5G and it got canceled.
Right.
So really what's happening is DC wants to recoup some of the money they paid, and we're getting a whole bunch of unfinished product. And really, it's sort of, it was infuriating me this morning. I was thinking about it. They have the way higher price points on these books. So they're shoveling garbage at us for a higher price.
$8.99.
We're buying it like suckers. Like, it's really what's going on.
Yeah. And I'm trying to pick up like
Yeah, these next Batman are $7.99 each.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones with the backup features, like you could buy a manga volume for this. Like that's insane.
The Green Lantern's $5.99.
Yeah.
Which one is $8.99? I can't remember.
I put all the only ones I have closer. Wonder Woman.
None are $8.99. $7.99 was the most.
Or $7.99. Maybe that's what I was talking about.
$6.99 for this Wonder Woman.
I thought maybe Superman was $8.99.
Superman,
Yeah,
Wonder
this
Woman.
one is $8.99. $8.99. Look at that price tag. $8.99.
Like I
Maybe.
was complaining spending $4 on like Death Metal because of how bad that was, and this is like even worse, and they've like doubled the price.
Wait,
Although-
which Superman's $8.99?
That is, I'll show you here in a second. That is,
Do you have the variant? That probably adds $1 to it.
That's why you got the card stock.
I did
Yeah,
get
the card stock adds
That's
$1.
why. Okay.
but I mean, that is a pretty sick cover.
Now, Superman versus Imperious Rex was okay.
Now, have you guys noticed? Because I've gotten from several sellers, and I've noticed the same defect on many of the books. They all have non-color breaking stress marks on the spine. Like it's almost like the material that the covers are made of aren't as strong, and just in handling when they were shipping and whatnot, they took some damage.
I don't notice it.
I got it from 3 different sellers.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's probably just the lighting in my room. I can't see it.
You can't see it through the polys either, but when you take them out, it becomes a lot clearer. That's what I was noticing on like every one. I was like, look at this. The one straight out of my pull list too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this one's okay.
Have any of you guys read a Superman book with Superman's kid?
No.
Like I'm trying to think of a way to phrase it that's politically acceptable, but like
Jeez.
they write him like he has brain damage. Like he's the stupidest character in the world now. Like just stupid. Like it's incredible. Like he's just stupid. And I also wanted to mention the Justice League. When you read it, it'll be like, these are the greatest heroes that ever existed. Like the Far Sector Lantern, she's the best detective ever. And they show these different stories that could have happened.
A good one.
One of which is like the New Gods, Darkseid, being controlled by Starro. All these stories that are way better than the story we get. Then they have even introduced these new villains, a new Legion of Doom. You're like, all right, I could get into this. Nope, they're dead. And it's like they keep showing you way better stuff than what the real story is. But what really made me mad is the way Williamson writes. Basically, he's like, this is the Justice League. This is the best Justice League ever. If you don't like it, you could F off. That's basically the intro to the book. And I mean, not exactly phrased like that, but that's really what they're saying. And it's like, these people, when has this Justice League been in the top 10 to tell me this is the Justice League? Like, what have they ever done other than, you
Right.
shoving it down our throats?
New Legion. What'd you guys think?
I
Didn't read it.
flipped through it to see if they followed on the Gold Lantern thing. They didn't. And it's the worst art of all the Future State books.
Yeah,
I
some of
couldn't
these
even read it. It's so bad.
awful looking.
Yeah, I did much more detailed reviews on my last Comic Finds video, but the art, overwhelmingly, it's so bad. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's just bad.
Gray Man, I'm glad you're here, and it has something to do with my book for tonight.
And books like this, The Green Lantern, it's got 3 stories in it, and there's not enough time for any of the stories to matter. And there's only going to be 2 issues anyway, and both backup stories aren't continued.
Yeah.
So,
Because
like,
it's half finished ideas that were canceled.
yeah, like the first story, the main story is John Stewart. This is the one they were talking up. He's at the edge of the galaxy, and they've lost their Green Lantern rings. Why? I don't know. Like, why do we want a Green Lantern book without Green Lanterns? But
I don't know.
it's Gnort, Salak, and John Stewart, and they're there fighting, and all we get is them fighting some aliens. We don't really get
Yeah.
a reason of why. We don't get, like, it's just
Yeah.
there's nothing to it, and it's like, okay.
And John's like, I guess he's in war and everything, but completely out of character. He's
Yeah.
like a bloodthirsty, yelling, and complete opposite of who John Stewart is.
The art on the Guy Gardner was so bad. It was like a comic strip out of a newspaper, but the story was good. Next Batman, boring, so stupid and boring.
I want to like Batman. How I would describe it, it's like this guy just has a death wish because he's been such a douchebag his whole life, is like what I'm taking from it. Like every time you see him, even in the Justice League arc, he's like sitting in his room with his head down, moping.
Yeah,
And like the magistrate, from what I understand, is funded by his mom, so he's basically going against his mom. But the whole reason he's depressed is because how he's treated his mom, and so like it's just a mess. Like, why would you do that? Like, it's part of why I can never get into the Titan show and a lot of these books, a lot of Tom King, like Batman. I don't want to read a superhero book where they're just whiny little bitches. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to. Like, I want to be inspired. I want to get away from whininess and depression when I read a comic.
exactly. I think that's the exact word I used in my video. It was whiny. It was whiny. Yeah. So I think we were all in agreement, though. The one story we did universally like was Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
you
a
said,
great story, not great
the art
art.
was bad, but it was a good story.
I wouldn't say it was bad. I mean, it wasn't great. I think the ink made up for it a lot. The inking was a lot better than the pencil.
One thing I'll disagree with you on, Dave. I kind of like Wonder Woman.
Of course you do, because you like Harley Quinn.
Well,
what
I'm
did I say?
interested.
This book is Harley and Poison Ivy. That's what this book is.
I'm interested to see where part 2 goes. I mean, I'm sure I'll be disappointed because that's
I'll tell you where it goes.
But
oh wait, they've already gone to hell.
yeah.
Seriously,
That's what's sort of interesting about it. At least she seems semi-original. You know, it ain't like they just gave her Wonder Woman's rope and bracelets. Like, at least she's semi-original.
Hanging around with a fairy, standing in line, waiting to get into hell. Seriously, that's the book.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on Wonder Woman as well.
Yeah,
I passed. I mean, I got issue 1, so now I got to pick up the rest of them.
I didn't care for Immortal Wonder Woman, but
I didn't read. I haven't read any others, so
no Aquaman. You guys haven't checked out Aquaman?
Because I'd like to, though.
That brings back. Isn't Jason Hyde the new Aquaman? Like it's from.
Well, I don't know. I haven't read the book, but it's Aquaman and Mara's daughter.
Yeah, but Jason Hyde is maybe it's Jackson Hyde. I don't remember. From was it Brightest Day or Blackest Night that he came?
Yeah, Brightest Day.
Brightest Day, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Rebirth Teen Titans too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot. You're right.
Yeah, there's some books, like I haven't got the first issue of Dark Detective. Like, I'm talking about how expensive they are, how garbage, and the amount of effort I have to go through to find them because no comic book stores want to carry them. But I couldn't find Shazam, Nightwing, or Aquaman.
My store did not carry most of them.
Yeah.
My store
It's
has
just
them
like-
all, but is considering not.
Think about it. These are free returnable books that cost them nothing. Like they should have 100 on the shelf, hoping people will come in, and they're like, no,
Wow.
we don't want to carry them.
That's pretty sad. Especially, what really got me excited is when they announced that they were returnable right off the rack, and it wasn't even out yet. So I was like, "Well, this is going to be great."
So,
It sounds like they got a lot of faith in their books already.
Hey, look, I'm getting one of every single copy, and if they're just going to go to number 2, I'll get them all, just to complete the collection. You know,
Some of them go to 4, don't they? Some of them go to 4. I don't remember which ones.
the ones that have the backup stories, I think, go to 4. Like Batman.
Hmm.
I think there's 2 to go to 4, and Imperious Rex goes to 3.
Well,
Well, I'll probably get them all then.
I
but-
was thinking
Yeah.
like, hey, maybe this will pay off in the end, but some of them, like you said, are only 3 to 4 issues long.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as the first issue came out, they were already like, okay, like finish it up, let's go. Like,
Yeah,
tell the
like
story.
like the Titans, you could tell that was going to be an ongoing series that was canceled because there's so much in it. And it's like you're wasting a lot of time. Like this should have been a simpler story for 2 issues.
Right.
So
all right,
We'll
guys.
see.
Well, I think we should get to the retro review.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm itching to get to mine.
one quick thing before we move on, just to cover all the news: the new Batman DVD movie come out. I forget the name of it.
Oh, is
Something
it
Dragon.
the samurai one or the kung fu one?
Yeah, the Kung Fu one. And what gives me hope is I forget which creator from the animated series, Denny or Tim, is involved with it. One of them. So I have high hopes for it, but I haven't got to watch it yet. So anyone interested, be on the lookout.
Cool. Appreciate the heads up. Who wants to go first? Eeny, meeny,
My
miny.
book
So
My book is
Immortals
probably
got a
the most
backup story. I'm just
disappointing.
looking at what Lasso was asking.
Mine's real
Lasso's a-
disappointing.
Interesting. Then we'll just get yours out of the way.
Yeah, I wanted to do a Legion book because we've never done Legion on here. And this is pretty much like a transitional book between story arcs, which kind of sucks. And basically it's like these older Legion, like these are the 3 founding Legion members for those that don't know, they're older. Like I didn't realize, I believe these 2 are married and have a kid, and they've been away from the Legion while Cosmic Boy is stuck around.
That's his
And-
name, Cosmic Boy.
Cosmic Boy.
Mhm. It's pretty cool. So basically, you're just seeing like, a meeting just ended, and you're seeing these 3 people talk. You see a little bit with like Sunboy doing something. It's basically them walking around talking about whether they should stay with the Legion or not. And they go to this prison, and the prison's like run down, and they're feeding the security bots codes that should allow them access, and it's so out of date. They don't even have the new codes. They attack them anyway. But basically, the whole reason they're going here is because these criminals here are getting released. And these criminals were the criminals that really brought the Legion together because they attacked, I can't believe I'm going to forget his name now. The guy that's like, if you don't read Legion, see if I can find their name real quick. Brandis or something. He funds the Legion, and they attacked him, and they saved him, and basically that's how the Legion came to be. And these criminals are getting out, and they're just talking, and like it just abruptly ends. Like right here, you're like halfway through the book, and it switches over to Superboy showing up to Legion headquarters, and he's talking to Bouncing Lad, or what his name is. There's so many Legion people, I forget half their names. And he's like an older guy that's basically retired, but comes in to do monitor duty. And Superboy was joking about rejoining the Legion full time. And he's like, well, you're going to have stiff competition. He's like, what do you mean? So he goes into the story where he was just basically touring around promoting the Legion, doing like little performances, and runs into this girl that's like desperate to join the Legion. Like she's creepy. And he basically tells her no, and then she disappears. So he goes to find her. Basically finds out she was a normal girl that jumped into a comet, like the stream of a comet, because she heard that's how one of the Legion got their powers. And it transformed her into this looking thing. And I guess at the end, they end up not liking each other, but he decides to give her a chance at the tryouts. You can see her getting turned into what she is there. And I've never heard of her, so I don't think much becomes of it.
I think maybe that's Comic Girl,
Yeah.
maybe by Gray Man.
Yep.
Hopefully that's right.
And that's how the book ends. So it's sort of transitionary. You get like they drew it like it's one big story, but it's really a backup story of Bouncing Boy telling a story. And then you just see the original members sort of talking about if they should retire or not. Which is weird because there's like 6 volumes after this. So I assume they keep restarting timelines and such.
And what month and year did this come out?
June 1985.
85. Okay.
I could have picked a Crisis book. My second was a Justice League book. And I'm like, man, we've never done Legion, so I want to do Legion. And then I read it in between shows and was like, I should have picked a different book. So,
I'll go next because I'm curious to what comic food I'm curious to what you have. So I'll go next.
RJ Brand, yeah. I can't believe I forgot his name.
I picked a pretty good book. This one came out in September 87. This is Justice League number 5. This one's a pretty good book for a lot of reasons. Some of this won't make sense because, like I said, we're jumping in here to issue 5. And one thing that I did kind of enjoy about this book is it had a lot of meat in it, which is great. Not a lot of, full page arts that, there's actually a story in here, which is awesome. Starting off here, we have Dr. Fate, who is in. This is why I'm glad Gray Man is here. It's perfect timing. Gray Life, Gray Dreams, Gray Man.
I always wondered if that's what he named himself after. Like the first time I saw his name.
Oh, yeah, the Gray Man? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Maybe this is a cool coming of, like, a prequel for Gray Man. Kind of neat. But I like how Dr. Fate just kind of phases through this brick wall here. And then he ends up meeting, skip this news broadcast. Thought that guy was putting on red lipstick for a second when I read this book. Yeah, here it is. And yes, sir. Of course, look, it says, yep, the Gray Man. So maybe this is it. That's kind of cool. That's what I mean. It was like perfect time when that Gray Man was here. Hey, Dr. Fate and the Gray Man have a really cool conversation. But the cool part here, let me get to the meat here. The part that we're all waiting for right here. So, Guy Gardner and Batman are having a verbal exchange, a heated debate. And the exact verbiage out here was Batman calls Guy Gardner a mongrel because of his attitude. And if you see right here, Guy Gardner's like, oh, yeah, let's just fight about it. And he takes his ring off and everybody is telling him, dude, this is a really bad idea. Don't do it. And of course, Guy Gardner's like, I'm a Green Lantern. I can kind of do whatever I want. And then right here, Batman one punches him, breaks his nose. He's on the ground, out cold. One punch. And while that was happening, where is it? I'm upside down. Yeah, right here. It looks like, I'm not sure if this is Black Canary. I never did figure that out. But
yeah, I believe so.
Okay, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, and Mr. Miracle are like, yo, what just happened? What's going on? And they're telling everyone that came in, yo, Batman just one punched Guy Gardner.
That's crazy.
One punch, Guy Gardner. And it's funny, he's still just kind of out. Shazam takes off. He's got something to do, and he runs into a weary traveler who says, hey, something in the forest. Check it out, whatever. Blue Beetle comes in with the rest of the crew, and they decided they were going to check it out, and they run into the Creeper, who, for some reason, is holding a bucket of enamel paint. And they're like, okay, what's going on? And then turns out the Creeper turned whatever the name of the town is, I can't remember, I can't read upside down, into whatever this is. So I would imagine we figure out what this city is, but it looks different. It looks kind of alien-ish. They probably explain that in the next issue or two. but that's cool. And then we have up next, Gray Madness. But yeah, that was my book, and that came out in September of 1987, the greatest year and month mankind has ever known.
It's definitely one of the most iconic moments in JLA comics. It gets referenced quite a bit, and even
I might
if you
have
remember
the
Green Lantern Rebirth, that was like a homage when Hal punches Batman. It's like the
Yeah, I thought
Have
that
you guys ever seen how Guy Gardner got his revenge?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. If
Go to my share.
I was gonna say, I might be looking right at it. You want me to just put that up? I can put that up. There it is.
Yeah. You guys remember Batman's response to Kyle?
I forget.
No.
I knew it was something witty and hilarious.
He looks at Kyle and says, "Tell Guy he needs a shave."
Oh yeah. Oh man. Who's that? John Stewart? Is that Kyle Rayner right there in the foreground?
Yeah. Just face palming. He was Ion.
Yeah, because this is like shortly after the core got brought back, and Hal's like on Earth at that time. The beginning of the John's run, and Kyle was leaving because he was the big part of the JLA then, like for years. That's when Kyle was leaving the JLA.
That's good. That's good. That's funny. Bye bats. Yeah, that's right. You needed that, didn't you, for your book?
I do.
There you go.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. So I went with let me pull it up on my other screen so I can read it too. Went with Justice League 138 from January of 77. This
blown away that they had color back then.
I know, can you believe it? So this was a fun story. First thing I want to point out is this beautiful Neil Adams cover with Adam Strange and the whole Justice League there. Very cool. Although it shouldn't have Hal Jordan on the cover because he wasn't in this book. But, as I go through this from the very first page here, let me go here. The first thing that popped out to me was Aquaman's outfit. And it reminded me very quickly that this was the Justice League I grew up with. This is pre-Crisis. We got Batman in the gray and the blue. Had that really kind of like muscular Superman there. And the Aquaman, just that classic outfit. I love it. And if you notice down at the bottom there, it's not Hal Jordan is Green Lantern. He's got these three eyes because that is the Green Lantern from the 73rd century. So, So this is a fun little story. It starts with Adam Strange's wife, kind of broadcasting a story over the radio, talking about how she had to call on the Justice League to help her husband, Adam Strange. Now, Adam Strange, if you're not familiar, I guess he gets zapped by these like Zeta rays or something like that. And he phases in and out with the planet. What's the planet's name? Xandar or something?
Bran. Yeah, Rann.
Oh, Rann. Yes, that's it. So he shifts back between like Earth and Rann, and but he's created a life for himself on Rann. He married this woman, and but he basically phase shifted out. And every time he comes back, he's becoming more and more injured, and he needs help. And so she calls on the Justice League because as it turns out, he's not visiting the same moment in time as he shifts back and forth. And so something is happening to him every time he shifts out. So she calls up the Justice League, and that's where we learn that, or we're reminded, I guess, that two of the Justice Leaguers can actually control time or move through time. That is both the Flash and Superman, who I guess can. I don't know. Is that Wonder Woman creating the bubble that they're flying in? I'm not sure, but Superman is carrying the bubble with the other 3 Justice Leaguers through time as Flash runs on his treadmill. So it just a reminder too that this pre-crisis Justice League, it got really goofy and campy. But the whole time I was reading this, all that was going through my head was like the sounds of like the Super Friends TV show. All right, so the Justice League go to the 73rd century. They see all this this future city, and they're noticing that it's different. Like there's things that are like, well, there's this red asteroid that's coming to Earth, and it's about to hit them all. And out of nowhere, this green beam hits Superman. And just as Wonder Woman is about to stop this red asteroid from hitting the city, Superman stops her, stops the Flash, and they're like, what is going on with Superman? But as it turns out, this red asteroid is actually some future tech which can clean the city. Okay. And the green beam kind of lets Superman know what its true purpose was, which is why he appeared to be fighting the Justice League. So yeah, it's kind of silly. But then Adam Strange comes along, and he like phases in, and he doesn't know what's going on. He's apparently like kind of like, I guess, drunk, you could say, on these Zeta rays. Like it's corrupting him in some way, and he's trying to be the hero, but he's doing it in a very kind of like belligerent way. And he tries to zap this this red asteroid thing that's cleaning the city, and with his laser gun, it causes it to turn into like flames and burn everything. So that is where Magic Lasso, is he still in the chat?
Yeah, pretty sure he just chimed in a second ago.
So I was actually talking to Lasso earlier today about one of Wonder Woman's, and this is not the scene. The scene's coming later, but one of Wonder Woman's many hidden talents. And that's where I actually learned that Wonder Woman, with the help of the Flash, can actually help put out fires by becoming the human fan. Okay, I bet you didn't know Wonder Woman could do that, Lasso, did you? She wraps herself up in the lasso of truth, and then the Flash just runs with it, and it spins her around, and she becomes a human fan, and she can put out fires. It's awesome. So,
why didn't they put that in Wonder Woman 84?
Right? They better be doing that in the Justice League movie.
It's good stuff, right? So, all right. So then they're like, dude, Adam, knock it off. And Adam Strange shoots Superman. They're like, whoa, now he's attacking the Justice League. But again, he's got those Zeta rays like corrupting his brain. So he shoots Superman. Superman goes shooting backwards because he's really affected by this thing. And Wonder Woman like blocks him with her bracers. And that's when the Green Lantern from the 73rd whatever shows up, and he's got these 3 eyes, right? And he's explaining that all of the weird things around the city that they perceive as threats to the city are really just future tech that are like doing things like cleaning the streets, cleaning the air, picking up trash, that type of thing. And he is the Green Lantern of this future time. Our Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, is back on Earth still doing something apparently. So
that's funny.
And so he tries to stop Adam Strange because Adam Strange is now attacking this tornado, which he thinks is a tornado. It's actually just an air purifier. Like I said, it gets really campy. And he tries attacking him, but Adam Strange turns the laser gun back on Green Lantern, which corrupts him with, the yellow, because this is pre-crisis and all, and like they're still affected by the color yellow. And then he starts going after shooting some gas or something, or the water that's coming out of this building that's actually cooling off a volcano under the city. And he starts evaporating the water, thinking he's helping them by putting out the water, but really it's making the volcano worse. The whole thing is very, very silly. And at this point, Green Lantern and Aquaman have had enough, and they're like, Adam Strange, has got to go down. And that is where we learn that, yes, Green Lantern and Aquaman have a trick up their sleeve too. Yeah, Green Lantern could just shoot Adam Strange with his his green ring and all, but rather than doing that, isn't it more fun to create green water? I'm sorry, this is the Green Lantern. Sorry, I skipped one. But he actually makes green water with his ring so that Aquaman can swim through it and turn himself into a torpedo and hit Adam Strange out of the air.
Okay.
That's probably the worst Green Lantern light construct I've ever seen. So, yeah, great Cosmos. I did not know such accelerated swimming was possible.
That explains why they left Hal behind. Because in the story, they had to have a good enough Green Lantern to make water.
Oh, look who it is.
Only 45 minutes late. Don't worry.
Oh, hey. Oh my gosh. And you are just in time. Wow. Awesome. Okay. We are just about there. So I was just showing them how this Green Lantern of the 73rd century can create water that Aquaman can swim through the air. All right.
Hold on. I just wanted to point out, why does he look like an elf?
It's Green Lantern from the 70s.
He's got 3 eyes. Are you kidding? I mean, he's
okay.
super...
Well, I mean, I didn't know we had 3 eyes and elves here.
Come on now. He's nailed.
There's even a Predator in the Green Lantern Corps. We got everybody.
Yeah. All right. So we're almost at the good part. So at this point, all these earthquakes and volcanoes going on. It's getting crazy. The Justice League doesn't know what to do. Batman falls down a hole, and as the crack is widening, he's just hoping it won't widen anymore because he's holding himself up. He's about to get swallowed by the earth. All right. That's where we learn. I don't know why Green Lantern hasn't thought of this earlier, but Adam Strange apparently can create like energy constructs with his laser gun. He has figured out the ultimate way to defeat the Flash. Are you ready for this? He can't stop the Flash, but he knows which direction he's running in, so he just puts the loop there, and the Flash can't help his forward momentum. He falls on his ass. So if only Hal Jordan had thought of this, he could defeat the Flash each time.
That's good.
What do you think, Flashpoint? You didn't know it was that easy, huh?
Well, I would like to say back in the day, Barry was pretty dumb, but I don't think it would work anymore. I think he's escalated his intelligence a little bit.
You know how Doomsday killed Superman? There's going to be a new villain called like Curve Guy. Going to kill Barry.
Well,
He's
so,
gonna call it the Loop. That's his name, the Loop.
The Loop, exactly.
Well, if you look at it, it looks like he's kind of taken from Captain Boomerang. I mean, realistically speaking, so it's just a Captain Boomerang wannabe.
All right. Now, I think it was actually the very first Fanboys that we did, Tim. Maybe it was the first or second show, right? Where we came across one particular panel that has stuck with it over the last year. The panel where Batman just unnecessarily drop kicks Poison Ivy directly in the chin. It was the chin kick heard around the world, right? I think I found our next panel. All right. This isn't a chin kick, but you see how the Flash goes flying here? Guess who he bumps into? Are you guys, Lasso, are you ready for this? I'm sorry, buddy, but are you ready for the crotch bump heard around the world?
No way.
What is going on here?
Next issue, she's totally pregnant.
Lasso said he wanted Flashpoint as his legal counsel. I told him it was going to get a little uncomfortable. I don't know.
No, so I would just like to say, like, look at her face. Like, that does not look like a face of pain. That looks like enjoyment. So I would just like to point there.
Right in the chest. Love it.
Right in the chest. Yeah, I will go back and show him the other panel. But yeah, so there you go, guys. I don't know.
This is how Future State started, just so you know. All these new heroes, this is
Future
how
State
this
started in
happened.
the 70s.
Where Flash is like, he's like, his head is like knocked backwards.
Dude, look at his feet. Like, hold on here. I would just like to point out, if you really look at this, his feet are pointing, like, it's like his neck got snapped
I
because
know.
what is going on? Because I was just like, oh, he just got butt bumped, and I'm looking, oh, there's his abs, and I was like, wait a second, that does not look right here.
The girdle of truth. Let's not forget Flash is the fastest man alive.
Oh.
An accident, they mean this. So I thought you guys would enjoy that.
This was good.
They wanted me to find the other Wonder Woman Flash thing for you. Here we go. When Wonder Woman and Flash, they tie the lasso of truth around Wonder Woman, and when he runs real fast, he can turn her into the human fan.
Well, it
To
looks
put out
like
fire.
it's just in her mouth. Like she's just got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't see where the maybe I have no idea.
I'm assuming they would have had to have wrapped her up, right? I mean, I don't know.
Let's get a scientist. Who's a scientist? Do anybody
I-
know?
Looks like she's just holding it with her teeth.
It does.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah.
mean,
So
that's good.
this is how babies happen, kids.
Hey, if it's Gal Gadot, I can't imagine there'd be a whole lot of complaints.
Dude, and look at Adam Strange. He's
He's like, whoa. All right, so let me finish with this story. So at this point, the part I forgot to mention through all of this is that early on in the fight, when all of the Justice League rushed off to go fight Adam Strange, Batman was actually the one saying, guys, I think we need a plan first. And they all laughed at him and they're like, come on, man, really? A plan? And so they rushed into battle. At this point, though, Batman's like, remember, guys, I told you we needed a plan. While you guys were all getting your butts kicked, I was back here thinking of my big plan. What was Batman's big plan? I'm glad you guys asked. Acrobatics. That's his plan. He's going to dodge the laser beams through acrobatics. So he had all this time, the greatest detective in the world, to think about how to stop Adam Strange. And his big plan is acrobatics. And with that, he is able to leap around and basically wait until the batteries run out of his laser gun. And at that point, there's no more Zeta energy. And so Adam Strange comes back to his senses and says, I'm sorry. And at that point, it's basically the end of the story. And it actually leaves on a bit of a cliffhanger because now that Adam Strange is fine, his wife is we realize that this whole time his wife had been speaking into this radio thing and she had been telling what had happened. And but that in the next issue, we're going to learn that she accidentally sent the Justice League to their death. So there you have it.
Dude, Tony, you got to do me a favor.
Yo,
Get that panel and like right where their crotches hit, stick the retro review circle like right in that little yellow explosion. Don't miss the next exciting episode.
oh man, is that how like the Big Bang? Get it? That's how we got created. The Big Bang. Love it.
We need to make that one and then get the Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy's like, I'm not gonna watch the retro review, and then Batman's like, boom. Yeah,
that's good. I like it. It's good. That was a good one. Flashpoint, do you have a book? It's not a huge deal if you don't.
So my book was actually going to be Batman versus Predator 2. I didn't have it ready. I read it.
No problem.
I can give you a 30-second review like I used to do.
Okay,
Batman does Batman things, Predator does Predator things, and then Batman wins. There we go. Even in 10 seconds, boom, that was the book.
Is that the one with the Huntress?
Yes.
Okay.
At any point, did Batman lose his gadgets?
No.
Okay. I was just asking because there was a Green Lantern that once lost his ring fighting aliens.
Was there a time at any point did Batman get thrown crotch to crotch into one of his teammates?
No.
He didn't get thrown. He got basically tricked. He ran up a loop.
That's what we call.
You got to remember that was at like flash speed that they had.
Yeah. See, we gotta have those graphics. That's some killer graphic ideas right there.
Do that.
So you
That's
think he's
Like explosive action or something.
he's running. He sees this loop and he's like, "Oh man, just keep on running."
Well, see, and then
Yeah.
after that graphic, we should have like future state, and this is what happened afterwards. 50 years later. I mean, she's
A
an
bad
Amazon.
idea and some terrible writing, and then poof, future state. That's good. I like that. So, grading wise, I think we're all just going to just say our books were pretty good because
Yeah.
none of them were continuity because we skipped everywhere. But although I think mine was cool continuity because it was referenced by Dave and his thing, and then referenced by Tim and his thing. I don't know. So
Yeah, I almost picked the Justice League book. That would have been wild too. Like we
Some-
just all randomly picked Justice League.
Batman drop kicking Wonder Woman's crotch.
Yeah.
That, I mean, sure. Someone do it. Someone do it.
You
And then
Don't do
the
it.
Flash flying out afterwards.
That's funny.
That's
That's good. That's good. Book
See, I wanted to
show.
get Lasso on the show. I thought it would have really been funny to just like for Tony, Tim, and I to all just like drop out and just leave you and Lasso alone with that picture on.
Did I miss Dave's rant about future state?
You did.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to add to it. Future state is complete ass. It is never going to be worth any money. Send it back to your LGSs. For the love of God, please don't endorse this bull crap. All right, that's all I had to add.
Very well put. Very well said as well. So,
Who's got
Should we-
book?
yeah, let's do a book show, and then we have a big fanboys announcement. So stay tuned. So don't go anywhere. But
Good,
yeah,
that's how-
book
this
show,
is where I learn all my fanboy news.
right? Who's got what for book show?
Well, I went quick, but I can show mine first.
Sure. Let me make you big here. Go for it.
So as I've been going through getting ready for this mystery box, right? I decided to take a look and organize all of my top loaders because I know I've got some dupes scattered around that I can pull out. And it's been fun because I've gotten to see some of my books I don't get to see in a while. And I came across this one yesterday, and I am dying to read this one just based on the cover alone. This is Green Lantern number 30. Let me take this out of the top loader.
You know that's the first appearance of Kat Matoy?
Is it?
It is.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Look at that though. Isn't that awesome? I think that's Gil Kane, I would assume. And I want to read this one. I want to see what's going on with these dinosaurs. Like Land of the Lost.
Awesome.
very cool.
That's all I had.
Tim, what do you got?
I actually don't have a book, but I know you and Tony, or you and Dave, are gonna like it. I got a Steel.
Wow.
This is actually a Build-A-Figure. When I first got into figures, this was at a toy store here. I'm like, man, I don't want to get into buying all these different lanterns because they're sort of rare and pricey. And then it sold, and ever since I'm like, I should have just got it. So I eventually found a good price on eBay. This thing actually went through St. Louis, went down to Georgia, went all the way down to like the border of Georgia and Florida, and then came back. But it took a while to get here. But man, this thing is cool. Super cool figure.
That is kind of neat. Flash, you got a book?
I
Okay.
got the Wonder Woman 750 Jim Lee variant, sketch variant.
Is that
And
signed?
then- Yep, signed. Yep, right there.
Wow.
And then in terms of this is where Wonder Woman needs to keep her crotch to herself.
Looks like you-
Those two books there.
Very cool. Let's
Man, it's never gonna die now.
It ain't. It's memes start forever. So for books, since I did a Green Lantern kind of cool book I did with the Green Lantern book show, I have two 3D covers here. This one is signed on the inside by Justin Jordan, and let's see if I can show the whole thing. Maybe it's supposed to be
Yeah.
Kyle Rayner, White Lantern.
Yep.
Kind of thing. And then this one is signed on the cover by Charles Scholl, I'm sorry. And this is a Blue Lantern Guy Gardner, Red Lantern Guy Gardner. So that's pretty cool. But those are my book shows.
Very nice.
So I'm not completely up to date on Wonder Woman, but like back in the 70s, like Wonder Woman couldn't go back to the island after that, right? Like, didn't she have to give up her powers to be with a man?
Not if it was someone else's fault, I guess. Not if one man throws another man.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was Wonder Woman's fault. I mean, Flash was pretty careless there.
I mean, I'm just saying, her face looked like she enjoyed it. That's all I'm saying.
I would like to.
We should do detective work. Was the relationship between her and Steve the same after that issue? Or?
How does she explain it to everybody though? Like, literally, the Flash slipped. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. It was a legitimate accident.
Hey, at least his suit's frictionless, so
That's true. That's true. So I think she'll be okay though.
yeah.
Just a little bruising. It's all right.
The truth. Barry's like, I'll be quick, I promise.
Yes, but
to her back.
What's really cool, I'm gonna post something here in the comments. Let me see. Yep. So this, maybe if it'll post, there it is. There is the link to the Fanboys YouTube channel, where we are putting up a whole bunch of cool content, including stuff by everybody's favorite lasso. Magic Lasso has already given us a couple of weeks worth of content.
Wow.
So that's exciting. Tim's got a cool show coming up. I don't want to do a whole lot of spoils, but you can probably guess what Magic Lasso wants to talk about. Not this incident, but other ones.
I was gonna say.
But yeah, Lasso's got some content. Tim's got some content going up here shortly. A lot of cool stuff. I'm chatting with some other folks. I'm going to do something, but I'm going to do that with, I'm probably going to rotate who I want in all the time. But again, these are going to be we decided to keep it reviewy, if that makes sense, review-ish, if that's even a word, where we're just reviewing a whole lot of books and we're bringing on a lot of people that have been with us a long time, or, some real fanboys of their particular fandom. The fandom boys, I don't know, but yeah, a fanboy channel is in the works. In fact, next retro review, let me pull up my calendar here, which is on the 7th. The show will jump to that channel, and then I think Magic Lasso has some content coming out the 10th. Tim might have something like that Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. And then, yeah, every week we got something new coming on that channel. So it's going to be very exciting. So I'm very excited for everyone to check it out.
Squatchy Mitch missed the
He missed it.
the crotch bump.
The crotch of destiny.
Come on, Squatchy.
You missed how Bart Allen was made.
Here, I'll share it for Squatchy.
Go for it. I'll pop it up here.
There you go. One last show. What do you make of that, Squatchy?
See, it's what you do. You just cut the words off at the top, throw the retro review logo right there.
Yep.
You got yourself a graphic.
Bam!
Well, I'm also concerned because Adam Strange is watching.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's kinda creeping back there.
put Dave's face on Adam Strange.
Exactly.
We'll put Tim's on Wonder
Fine,
Woman.
you're going on Barry, and we're gonna get Lasso on Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Well, I figured Tim would be Wonder Woman.
That's good. That's good.
She's riding the lightning. Oh man.
Oh man, Justin Giovanni with the win.
There you go.
I don't remember
That's
seeing that in the movie.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be you saw it. Remember in Justice League where Wonder Woman fell and Flash landed on top of her perfectly?
Oh yeah.
Then he phased off.
There's more in the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have previewed tonight as exclusive footage from the Snyder Cut.
Right?
We found all the inspiration to all those movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta do your research.
Yes, do your research, but that is gonna wrap it up here. Anybody else got anything for the good of the show? That is not Wonder Woman. Yes.
So I will no longer be putting content on my channel. I'm due to me having twins and everything else going on. So if you guys will let me, I sent you pictures. I've got tons of openings to do that I was gonna do for the Fanboys channel. I'd rather give all my content to there and then send you guys stuff. I'll still do the retro review on Sundays, but in terms of I'm not doing the YouTube thing other than for the Fanboys channel now. I just don't have the time.
See, nobody caught that. As soon as Flashpoint said, "If you guys don't mind," and I immediately just said no. Nobody, nothing. No, nobody said nothing. But I was.
What if I offer you a crotch bump? Because that's how Flash pays for things, apparently.
But it wasn't his choice. He had nothing to do with it. He made a decision.
Well, I mean,
I didn't him do the little tornado with his hands to fly. He didn't do
yeah,
that.
exactly. I was gonna say. I don't know. I think he just let it happen because I've seen him move in the air before.
Think about how long it was for the
go around
Flash.
crotch bumping people and be like, "What? It worked for Barry."
I forget it was a fan comic I was reading somewhere, and it was the females of the Justice League talking about which men of the Justice League they'd want to take out. They were talking about Superman. They were talking about Green Lantern, who can create any shape that he wanted, and they were picking on Batman because he's kind of prudish. And then someone brought up the Flash, and was like, "Oh my gosh, the Flash! Why? He's not even he's okay, but he's not he's no Superman." But someone pointed out, I think it was the Huntress, that he can vibrate every cell in his body, and all of a sudden there was changing their votes to the Flash. But I thought it was pretty funny.
There you go, Lasso.
Yeah. That's gonna wrap things up here for this very awkward episode of the Fanboys and the Retro Review.
Sorry, I had to do it on your channel, Tony.
That's okay. You know what? That's okay. At least you didn't unbox a box of trash on my channel.
That's right. Right.
Tony is the testing ground channel for the Fanboys.
Apparently.
At least, I'm okay with mystery boxes and whatnot, but thank God you didn't open the P one on my channel.
Yeah.
That one would not have been good. Funny, but not cool for me. But we are going to shout out the chat one more time. Copy 801. I collect a lot. Brock Morgan, Justin Giovanni, Magic Lasso, Sasquatch, Squatchy Comics, The Squatch. I actually learned a really cool fact about Star Wars and Sasquatch today. When they were filming Return of the Jedi, they were filming it in Washington State, big wooded area. When they weren't filming scenes with Chewbacca, everyone had to stand around him with highly reflective vests because there were rumors in the next town over that they captured a Bigfoot and someone saw Chewbacca walking around in the woods.
Oh my
The
god!
production company caught wind and immediately demanded.
This explains all the sightings. There we go. All right,
was
Squatchy. It was just Chewbacca.
Peter Mayhew.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else did I miss? I think I got everybody. A Gray Man popped in, just a nerd popped in. Super Russ swung by. He's putting out a comic every day or a video every day. I don't know how you could do it. I managed to do like maybe one every other week. Lots of great people in the chat today. Don't forget to sub everybody in the chat up, including the cool panel that I have here. Real quick, who's got what coming out on their channel? We're going to kick things off with Comic Fu.
Just Tuesday and Thursday, I've got we're going back to building a mystery as we put together our mystery boxes, Squatchy Comics and I, and that's all I've got coming up.
I've been checking that show out on the replay. It's I'm trying to do it live, but I just can't schedule wise. But it's pretty interesting. I like the concept. For those of you who haven't checked it out, I encourage you to do so. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yep.
Tim?
I've been doing some hauls. I did a Catwoman collection video yesterday. Other than Fanboys, Phantom Zone should come back this week or next, and that first episode will be on Retro Tigo's channel. We'll be doing an Elseworlds story of some kind. That's pretty much it for me.
All right. Flashpoint.
I was just on Nerdy Nostalgia podcast today, so that should come out in a couple weeks, talking about the 25 fastest speedsters. So that was pretty fun to do. Not much else. I'm filming tons of content for the Fanboys channel, so I've got about probably 40 different openings that I will have to do eventually. I got to clean out the closet that's meant for my daughters, but that will happen over time. And then I'm gonna steal your idea. You got me thinking about DC Universe, so I might throw some recordings of that on there because it's the 10th anniversary. So
yeah, DC Universe Online 10th anniversary. They're pretty much just giving stuff away now. So if you want to get back into it, now's the time. But on my channel, got a couple ideas in the works, but focused on the new Fanboys channel right now. Helping out with some editing and some posts and stuff like that. But definitely check out the new Fanboys channel. I'm going to put that in the chat one more time, just in case anybody missed it. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people are contributing to it, so they're putting their own little spin on things, which is great. I'm excited for the future for that. But other than that, I think that's going to wrap things up here. Anybody got anything else? Going once, twice, sold. Okay, we're going to end things off here. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and we will